Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, for this video, I want to go over and recap the Stardom Fight in the Top pay-per-view that took place this past Sunday. There were six matches total, and there was only one title match on this card. So, not a whole lot, but still a pretty decent pay-per-view. Overall, pretty decent pay-per-view. Let's talk about it. Okay, Stardom Fight in the Top. Started off with a triple threat match, a three-way. Unagi Sayaka versus Waka Tsukiyama versus Ruaka. So, two members of Cosmic Angels and a member of Oedo Tai in this match. I thought Waka Tsukiyama had some good moments in this match, especially taking it to both Unagi and Ruaka, especially hitting her stunt rider stretch on both ladies, as well as her version of Liv Morgan's Oblivion, using, I believe it was using Unagi Sayaka as a springboard. So I thought that was pretty cool. And Waka's been getting better and better. It's just unfortunate it was just unfortunate that she wasn't able to get the victory in this match. But Ruaka was able to get the 1-2-3 after hitting the freezer splash on Waka Tsukiyama. So Ruaka takes home the victory for Oedo Tai. The interesting thing was, after the match, it looked like Unagi Sayaka was going to leave Waka Tsukiyama behind, but then she came to her senses, came back to the ring, got Waka, gave her a piggyback ride, and carried her out of the arena. So, I don't know. I don't know if that signifies something. I don't know if Unagi Sayaka is just getting irritated by Waka Tsukiyama. I mean, she has yet to win a match. And usually the matches that she's in, she gets pinned. So, I don't know. Maybe Unagi's getting fed up. I don't know. But that was just a little moment that I noticed. Just a moment that I noticed at the end of that match. But Ruaka takes the victory. Next up, we had a tag team match. This was actually a really good match. We had stars Saya Ida and Momokogo taking on Queen's Quest Miyu Amasaki and Lady C. I thought this was a very good match for both of these teams. Definitely back and forth. I liked the spots with Miyu and Momo. Those two kind of have a thing going on. I think they can build up a nice rivalry between Momokogo and Miyu Amasaki. Because if I remember correctly, Miyu pinned Momo in the 5-star Grand Prix qualifier. So, definitely, I think they could do a rivalry between those two ladies. I think that'd be really cool. And Lady C, of course, remember, Lady C recently, in the 5-star Grand Prix qualifier, made Saya Ida tap out. So, this was a really good tag team match for these ladies to really go at it again, and they definitely did that for sure. Was back and forth, and actually Saya Ida was able to get her revenge on Lady C and was able to make Lady C tap out using that reverse armbar, like that disarmer. I think it's called the Shiranome, that Yuji Nagata apparently taught her. And when she locked it in, she did the little nasty mean face that Yuji Nagata does when he locks that submission in. So I thought that was pretty cool. Saya Ida paying tribute to Blue Justice Yuji Nagata, who I've met before in person. Really, really cool. But yeah, I like the tribute paid to him. I thought that was pretty cool. And Saya Ida gets the submission victory for stars, for her and Momokogo. So, got a nice bit of revenge there on Lady C after Lady C made her tap out in the 5-star Grand Prix qualifier. So, hey, guess they're even now. But that was a great tag team match. Definitely a great tag team match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. All right, next up we had a singles match. We had Himeka of Donna Del Mundo taking on Mina Shirakawa of Cosmic Angels. And, of course, she did her special entrance dance, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like she's doing a different dance every time when she does her solo entrance. But definitely love Mina Shirakawa. She'd be breaking it down. I felt like this match didn't really last that long. I mean, it was pretty back and forth, but I felt like it really did not last that long. But sure enough, the Jumbo Princess not only got the victory, but she got the victory using Mina Shirakawa's, one of her signature finishers, the Mina collection, which is very similar to the seatbelt clutch that Wheeler Yuta uses. But yeah, she actually used that on Mina Shirakawa and got the 1, 2, 3. I was like, wow. Talk about add insult to injury. But yeah, the Jumbo Princess gets the victory. And of course, Mina Shirakawa was pretty pissed. There was a handshake at the end, but then she shoved away Himeka. So, yeah, Mina Shirakawa is not one to take losses very well. But, dang. Bad blow so far to Cosmic Angels. That's 2 matches lost. You know, the first match and then this match with Mina Shirakawa. So Cosmic Angels out to a rough start in this pay-per-view. Okay, and then we had the 1 title match, which was the Artist of Stardom Trios Championships, decided in a triple threat elimination match. So the competitors were the champs, Oedo Tai, made up of Saki Kashima, Momo Watanabe, and Starlight Kid, taking on all 3 members of God's Eye, which is Surety, Amisore, and Mirai, and Donna Del Mundo's Julia, Micah, and Mai Sakurai. This was a very, very action-packed match. The only thing that I thought was a little bit annoying was, you know, they did kind of have multiple simultaneous eliminations in this match, which, I don't know. I felt like the match could have been much longer, but with the simultaneous eliminations, although I will give it credit, it did take a while before that first elimination happened. I will say that. It did take a good while before the first elimination happened. So, I just felt like the match in general could have been a lot longer. But, I mean, it is what it is. Especially considering it was the only title match on the card. You know what I mean? So, that's the only thing. But here's how everything went. So, first off, Julia, Surety, and Starlight Kid, all 3 of those ladies eliminated over the top rope and off the apron at the same time. It was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy elimination, but yeah, that's 1 member of each team eliminated at the same time. And then afterwards, Momo Watanabe ended up eliminating both Micah and Mirai over the top rope and off the apron. So, gave Oedo Tai a little bit of an advantage for just a short while until Mai Sakurai and Amisore kind of pretty much teamed up to eliminate Momo Watanabe, which sends Oedo Tai down to 1, which was Saki Kashima, and pretty much each member had 1 member left, or each team had 1 member left. So the final 3 came down to Mai Sakurai, Amisore, and Saki Kashima. And, of course, what ends up happening, Saki Kashima with the last ditch surge of energy and resilience and such, and ended up pinning both Ami Sourei and Mai Sakurai. Well, of course, it was Mai Sakurai first, and then Ami Sourei pinned both of them with the Kishi Kasai to get the victory and retain the Artists of Stardom Trios Championships for Oedo Tai. And I can't say that this surprises me too much because Saki Kashima in these types of matches has a habit of getting a couple of pins with the Kishikasai. So it's kind of normal to expect that to happen in these types of matches where there's elimination and Saki Kashima are in them. I mean, because that's typically what happens when she's in these type of matches. So I can't really be too surprised at this outcome. And I didn't expect Oedo Tai to lose the titles. Not just yet. Not just yet. I think they're going to have those Artists of Stardom Trios titles for a while. But it was overall a good match, though. It was definitely a good match. But not surprised at the outcome. But I felt like it could have been longer. That's all. Especially with it being the only title match on the card. So that's my only little complaint. But it's minor. Still a good match. Okay. Then we had the first of two steel cage matches. And this match was my favorite on the card. This ended up being my favorite match of the card. This was a singles steel cage match between Cosmic Angel's leader, Tam Nakano, versus Donna Del Mundo's Natsupoi. And apparently there's a lot of history with these two ladies. A lot of history. And this match told a really great story. And not only that, this match was brutal. Between both these ladies, this match was brutal. Now, there's special rules for this cage match. So, the way that you win, you have to first pin or submit your opponent, and then you try to escape the cage. But if they stop you from escaping the cage, then it resets. Then you have to pin or submit them again, and then try again. So that's how it works. You pin or submit your opponent, and once you do that, then you get up and try to escape the cage. So that's how the rules for this match work. Kind of interesting rules. Never really seen rules like that before for a steel cage match. So this was interesting. This was really interesting. But hey, I'm all for it. But and the thing is, these ladies pinned each other a few times and such. So there were a couple of attempts from both ladies. But I mean, these ladies tore each other up. I mean, strikes and dives and slamming each other into the cage, rubbing each other's faces into the cage. Like, these ladies tore each other apart. And then when it was all said and done, Tam Nakano hits a violet screwdriver, a very sick one too. I mean, she dunked Natsupoi dead on her head. And then she was able to escape the cage. Natsupoi tried to stop her, but she was able to lock in a pretty much a dragon sleeper type move, like a submission, to pretty much make Natsupoi pass out and drop. And then it was pretty much smooth sailing for Tam Nakano to escape the cage, and she gets the victory. But man, that was a brutal cage match. I mean, for that to be the first steel cage match in Stardom history, that was pretty dang on good. You know, not bloody or anything like that, but still, it was a great cage match between these two ladies. They told an excellent story. There's a lot of feel between Tam Nakano and Natsupoi. So this was really, really well booked, well done by both these ladies. But Tam Nakano is your winner. And then the main event was the second steel cage match, which was a 6-woman tag. It was Stars Mayu Iwatani, Koguma, and Hazuki taking on Queen's Quest, Utami Hayashishita, Azumi, and Saya Kamitani. Now, Mayu Iwatani, during the Stars entrance, they had to drag her out because she was not all for this steel cage match, which is kind of weird because, I mean, Mayu Iwatani's a high flyer, so you would think this would be, easy for her to gravitate to, but nah, she was not feeling the idea of this steel cage match at all. You could see her facial expression. She was just like, crazy facial expression, but hey, that's Mayu Iwatani for you. But she was not feeling that cage match. But she still did really well. All 6 ladies did excellent. I mean, there were a lot of great spots. This wasn't really a brutal match, but more like entertaining, high flying, just a lot of good spots. I really liked the how all 6 ladies did the flip up after their high speed sequence. I thought that was really cool. Never seen Utami do that before, and she did that perfectly. I was like, okay, Utami, I see the agility. I see you, girl. I see you, Red Queen. I see you, Utami. So I thought that was really cool. And like I said, Azumi doing the double foot stomp off the top of the cage, that was insane. I hope she didn't hurt herself, because, man, that was an insane spot. And then Hazuki doing a dive off the cage, too. Like, these ladies, this was definitely the right set of ladies for this match, for sure. And, of course, Mayu was kind of, she looked really nervous on the top of that cage and such, but this was really entertaining. And the way the rules for this match worked were different from the first steel cage. Pretty much each member of the team has to escape the cage successfully in order for that team to win. So once all 3 members of Stars or all 3 members of Queen's Quest escape, whoever escapes first, the whole team escapes, wins. So different rules from the first one. But the way this worked, this ended up going down. So actually, Mayu Iwatani was the first to escape the cage. So Stars are down to 2. And then Saya Kamitani was able to escape the cage. So it's 2-2. Then Hazuki, after doing that dive off the top of the cage, she got back up, was able to escape. So it's 1-2. And then Utami Hayashishita was able to escape the cage next. And then it came down to Azumi and Koguma. And it was just back and forth between those 2 ladies, which I definitely see another future high-speed championship match between those 2. And sure enough, Koguma was able to fend off Azumi back into the ring. And then she got on the top of the cage and dove off of the cage to the outside and to the rest of the ladies to be the last one for Stars to escape. And therefore, Stars wins this main event steel cage match. All 3 of its members were able to escape first. So overall, great match. Definitely great match. But the steel cage match between Tam Nakano and Natsupoi I felt was the match of the card. Definitely was the match of the card. But not a big crazy ginormous pay-per-view. Like I said, 2 steel cage matches and 1 title match. Only 6 matches total. I mean, this wasn't like, this wasn't like Cinderella Tournament or Wrestle Kingdom size pay-per-view, but it was still a pretty decent pay-per-view for Stardom. So I definitely felt like this was a decent pay-per-view for Stardom. You know, and of course they're getting closer to getting ready for, they got Stardom New Blood #3 coming up. And then they got the 5-star Grand Prix. They still got to finish up the qualifier in a couple of days. And then they got the 5-star Grand Prix tournament to start. Not only that, they also announced a Stardom Cross Stardom 2022 event, which will take place August 21st. It'll take place during the 5-star Grand Prix, but it will be its own standalone show. So that's exciting. So Stardom is going to be very busy in these coming months with New Blood #3, 5-star Grand Prix, this Stardom Cross Stardom 2022 show in August. They got a lot to look forward to. And of course, you know, we got the New Japan Pro Wrestling Stardom collaboration show in November. Stardom, they're going to be busy. And this show, this Stardom Cross Stardom 2022, will be at the Nagoya Dolphins Arena in Nagoya, Japan. So that's the location for it. And that'll be August 21st. So in a few months. But yeah, very exciting time to be a Stardom fan and to really get into a lot of this, because they got a lot coming up, especially with the 5-star Grand Prix. That's going to take some time to get all the way through. So, but yeah, that will do it for this video on Stardom Fight in the Top 2022. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. What did y'all think of the pay-per-view? What did you think about the card? What did you think about the matches? Did you predict the results correctly? Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And next time I will definitely plan on doing a preview for Stardom New Blood #3. So definitely looking forward to that. And get the 5-star Grand Prix qualifier wrapped up very soon. And then I'll go over the final results for that. So look forward to that. Anyway, for another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the 2. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace. God bless.